Good afternoon and welcome to the Champions League group stage draw live. Really excited to get into this one, but before we do that, please do smash a like on the video and please do subscribe to the channel. And we have had some other massive bit of news come out in the last couple of minutes, which we will talk about whilst we wait for the draw to start. The draw is going to start in about 10 or so minutes. So as soon as the draw starts, of course, we will bring you all of that bits of information. Now, this is surrounding the left back situation at Manchester United. Apparently, Manchester United are on the brink of signing Reguilón from Tottenham. Probably wasn't the player that most of us wanted, was it? But anyway, it looks like we're getting him. That's been now confirmed by a couple of different journalists. Fabrizio Romano, as well as The Athletic, are saying that he is going to now do a medical. David Ornstein says Manchester United are set to complete a deal to sign left-back Sergio Reguilón on loan from Tottenham Hotspur. So whether you wanted him or not, I don't know. Some of you probably didn't, some of you did. I don't want to say I've gone past the point of caring because that sounds maybe a little bit dramatic, but as long as we get Amrabat, that's the main priority for me. Even if we get Amrabat, I'm not going to be happy. I'm still going to think it was a bad transfer window. So, you know, it's not a make or break thing for me. I'm not going to be sat here saying we've had an amazing transfer window if we get Marc Cucurella and Amrabat. I'm still going to say it's been very average at best, you know. So it looks like we're getting Reguilón. Let me know your thoughts on him in the live chat and in the comment section. Emmy says Reguilón is not a bad player. He used to play at a bang average Tottenham. Yeah, he looked quite good as well, didn't he? He was on loan last season at Atletico Madrid. Apparently Manchester United were interested in Reguilón before he signed to Tottenham, I was reading just now. So 2 or 3 years ago, Manchester United did apparently inquire for him before he ended up going to Tottenham. So it looks like there has been interest there from a long time. And from what I've been reading about this deal, apparently Manchester United want to include a break clause in the contract. So Manchester United are actually only looking at the loan until January. And apparently Chelsea weren't willing to agree to that deal. So Chelsea were only willing to agree to a whole season loan for Cucurella. And Manchester United only wanted him until January. And that was where the issues came about. Because obviously, as we've said before, Cucurella on 175 grand a week, to loan him for a whole season was going to cost Manchester United about £10 million just for the wages alone, and then around 3 to 5 million in a loan fee. So when you look at it like that, I get it. Like, it's a very large amount of money to spend on somebody who probably won't even play when Luke Shaw comes back. So maybe this is the right decision. You know, it is just a left back. It is just someone to fill the void until Luke Shaw returns at the end of the day. So we've just got to get on with it. And, you know, let me know what your thoughts are on Sergio Reguilón. Do you think it's a good signing? Are you excited about it? I would assume most of you aren't excited about it. It's not really something to get excited about, is it? Yeah, so David Ornstein says a deal for Marc Cucurella. Oh, no, sorry, that was the old one. So yeah, it looks like that's over now. There's a bit of breaking news coming out about Pellistri as well, really quickly. So Laurie Whitwell says Pellistri is set to stay at Manchester United this window after talks with Erik ten Hag. Pellistri attracted a lot of attention from clubs looking at a loan. Sheffield United plus FC 20 amongst them, but Ten Hag wants to keep him. Now that's massively positive news. So Pellistri will be staying at Manchester United and not going out on loan. I'm really happy about that. I think he deserves a chance. I think some of you would rather see him play over Anthony. I've heard a couple of you say that. I'm not sure if I'd go that far personally. I think Anthony has his flaws, but also has some good qualities. And I think in that second half of the game against Nottingham Forest the other day, I thought Anthony did really well. So yeah, I am happy though that Pellistri is going to stay at Manchester United, because I think loaning him would have been pointless. I understand that, you know, the need to loan people like Brandon Williams because they're just not part of the squad, but to loan out someone like Pellistri, who I think is one of our best wingers, it makes no sense. So yeah, he's staying. That's really good. Let me know your thoughts on that in the comment section though. Are you happy that Pellistri will be staying at Manchester United? Emmy says Pellistri is a Messi type player. He would suit the false 9 role. Yeah, I don't disagree with you, mate. He's got that really low sense of gravity, doesn't he, when he has the ball? I think he's a quality player, and he's definitely somebody that I want to see more of at Manchester United. Obviously, Amad Diallo is out injured at the moment, so we've got to remember that we're not going to see any Amad probably for a couple of months. Jadon Sancho just doesn't really seem to get picked. So what does that leave us in those options? You have Sancho, who doesn't get picked, Anthony, who some of you don't like, and then Pellistri. So it makes sense to keep him, and I think they've made the right decision there. So if our window does just end with us signing Amrabat and Sergio Reguilón, then it's better than nothing. Like, Amrabat is the key piece to this puzzle. If we get Amrabat, then I'll say okay. If we don't get Amrabat, I'm going to be very, very concerned. I really, really will. But let me know what you think. Do you think Manchester United will get Amrabat still? There's a story coming out from Sky Sports in the last couple of minutes saying that Manchester United are continuing to work on a deal for Sofyan Amrabat. So I do expect this Amrabat deal to happen. I think it's just a case of when, not if. And I think probably it'll be one of those ones that on deadline day we're still talking about, you know. Tomorrow afternoon we'll still be saying, is he coming? Is he not coming? I think we'll probably get a story tonight, maybe from Fabrizio, saying that a fee's been agreed. I think he'll then travel to England tomorrow for his medical. The transfer window in the UK closes at 11 p.m. UK time tomorrow. So we've got about 24 hours left of the window. Obviously, Manchester United will hopefully be working tirelessly to get the deal over the line. I just don't understand why it's taken so long. I just don't understand how you can be negotiating with somebody for like 3 months and it's still not happen. So just to give you a bit of clarity as well, David Ornstein said part of the reason why Manchester United have gone for Reguilón is because that the deal is worth a lot less money. He says Manchester United are now working to complete a deal to sign left-back Reguilón on loan from Tottenham. The Old Trafford club have been granted permission for the 26-year-old to undergo a medical. He says Reguilón had been among United's options following Luke Shaw's injury. He says Marc Cucurella was the priority target, but his appearance for Chelsea last night complicated things. If United had wanted the option of sending him back to Chelsea in January, he would no longer have been eligible to exit and appear for a third club this season. United's decision was made for footballing and financial reasons, with the hope being that Reguilón can be joined by Fiorentina midfielder Sofyan Amrabat before Friday's deadline. Shaw's injury, coupled with a knock for regular backup Tyrell Malacia, prompted United into looking for an outside solution. Diogo Dalot operated at left back for United's victory over Nottingham Forest on Saturday. Reguilón spent last season on loan at Atletico Madrid, where he only made 12 appearances. So, I mean, that's not great, is it? Only making 12 appearances for Atletico Madrid last season. Like, that is not amazing. But here's what it is. We've just got to get on with it now. There's not really much we can do about it, is there? We can't, we can't change things at the last couple of minutes, can you? Yeah, so we're about 5 minutes away from the Champions League draw. Let me know in the comment section, guys, who are you expecting or who are you hoping for Manchester United to draw against? And please do smash a like on the video and please do subscribe to the channel. We've got over 200 of you watching now, so let's get everybody liking the video. Word of Mouth says Amrabat is the only signing that can make this a 4 out of 10 transfer window. Mate, I don't disagree with you. It's been such a poor transfer window. Like, the fact that Maguire's still here, the fact that McTominay's still here, the fact that Donny's still here, you know? And I don't have anything against Donny, but he's clearly not part of the plans. And the fact that he's still here a day before the end of the window, it's just not very good, is it? And even people like Eric Bailly's still not gone. What's going on with that? Dean Henderson still hasn't even been announced as leaving. Like, it's just a shambles, isn't it? But we've just got to hope that Manchester United outperform again this season. They achieved way more last year than I ever expected, and we've just got to hope that this season is a repeat of last and Erik ten Hag works miracles, because for us to get top 4, I think would be an achievement now this season. I genuinely believe that. I think it's going to be such a difficult year. You've got teams like Tottenham, Aston Villa, Brighton, West Ham even, who are really, really pushing, you know? Brighton are just about to sign Ansu Fati from Barcelona. I mean, that's absolutely mad, isn't it? You know, and you look at Aston Villa's recruitment, they brought in Pau Torres, Moussa Diaby, they just brought in Longley from Barcelona on loan. Like, they've had a better window than us. Newcastle have probably had a better window than us. Chelsea have had a better window than us. I'd say all of our other competition for top 4 have had a better window than us. Arsenal have. So yeah, we've just got to kind of take it with everyone try and take a deep breath, understand that this season's probably not going to be pretty, but hopefully the Glazers go. That's the main priority for this season for me. My goal for this season is to get the Glazers out. If the Glazers go, I don't want to say I don't care where we finish. Obviously, I don't want us to get relegated, but I honestly wouldn't care if we finished 18th. Sorry, not 18th, that would be relegated. If we finished 17th and the Glazers left, obviously it would be annoying, but I'd be happy. Like, I just want the Glazers to go now, because I think even if we get top 4 this season, it's just going to keep being the same over and over again until the Glazers go. I think, you know, we're not just going to suddenly start winning league titles under the Glazers, I don't think. I think it's just going to keep being more of the same over and over and over again. We're about 2 minutes away from the draw now. Who do you want to see us play in the Champions League? Who are you most worried about? Who do you think is going to win it? Let me know your thoughts. Simon says 3 out of 10 window. Glazers have shafted Erik ten Hag. Mate, I 100% agree with you. It's an absolute disgrace, the signings that we've made this window. It is really, isn't it? We bought Mason Mount who nobody in the fan base really wanted, and nobody can understand why we've bought. We bought Onana, who is definitely a world-class goalkeeper, but, you know, spending 50 million of our budget almost when we supposedly are a skint, was that the right decision? We'll have to wait and see. Signing Rasmus Højlund, who could be great or could be rubbish, let's be honest. Obviously, I hope he is great, but he scored 9 goals in his professional career, and we've just spent 65 million on him. You know, I pray that he comes in and does good, and I think he will, but there's no guarantees, is there? Somebody says, when are the protests starting? The best way to look at the protests is to check out the 1958 group on Twitter. They're the ones who organise the protests, so go and check them out. John says, I assume you mean contradicting yourself. He says, you are contradicting yourself. The last 3 weeks, you are rating this transfer window 6 out of 10. I think I was rating it 6 out of 10 if people like Maguire and McTominay and stuff went. I wouldn't have rated it 6 out of 10 based on what we've done at the moment. Yeah, it's ridiculous. But yeah, let me know who... We've got to be a couple of minutes away now from the draw, so very, very excited about that. Simon says the games need to be cancelled, there's nothing left to lose. To be honest with you, I don't really agree with the whole like let's get all the games cancelled. I think, will it work? Will it get rid of the Glazers? They'll still get their money. Like, I don't know. Yeah, it's a bit strange, really. I don't know what the solution is with the Glazers. I don't. Obviously protesting is great, like I think that is the right thing to do, but they're just going to have to decide to go on their own accord, really, aren't they? Welcome, Andrew. Welcome, Pablo. Welcome, Jimmy. Hope you're doing well, everyone. Hope everyone is doing good, by the way, and hope everyone is feeling excited about this Champions League draw. I cannot wait to get this one going. It just feels good to be back in the Champions League, doesn't it? It feels good to not be in the Europa League. It feels good to know that Liverpool will be playing Thursday night football whilst we'll be playing actual proper teams. So I just can't wait for it. Like, I love Tuesday and Wednesday football. Watching football on a Thursday, it just doesn't feel right, does it? It feels wrong. It feels like you're doing something you shouldn't be. But yeah, I don't mean anything weird there. I just, you know. Top Dog says we are doomed. I'm not sure if I'd say we are doomed, mate, but yeah. Pablo says, I think we will have an okay season despite the underwhelming window. Well, I like your positivity, mate. I really do. I said at the beginning of the season that I thought we would get top 4. That was my prediction. And that was when we were like, signing 5 or 6 players. Maguire was going, McTominay was going. So I'm still going to say that we'll get top 4, but I think it's going to be like battling for top 4. I don't think we're going to finish like second, you know. I think it'll be quite tight. Our away form has to improve. Obviously, our home form has to continue being... We have to win every single home game, I think, this season. That's the key thing for me. Win all of our home games, pick up a couple more points on the road, and I think that would be progress. Now, I know some of you say, oh, that's not enough. You know... I want more. I want to win the Premier League. I want to win the Champions League. But it takes time, doesn't it, with a new manager, with a new squad? It takes time for them to really gel together. He's had 1 season here. There's been so much disruption. So yeah, I'm not going to be saying Erik ten Hag out if we don't achieve whatever it is people think we should be achieving this year. He's definitely got this season for me. But obviously, it's not up to me. You know what it's like in football. It's fickles. It's fickles? It's fickle. You know, you lose one game and people will be asking for the manager to be sacked. So it is just what it is. It's a results-based business. It's, you know, it's a very reactionary sport. People want results immediately. People aren't willing to wait, and that's just how it is. Good afternoon, Fred. Hope you're doing well, mate. Good afternoon, Pablo. Hope you're good as well. Pablo says, I don't think we'll win the Prem, but we will win some silverware in the Cups and get top 4. Yeah, I think that's realistic, Pablo. I do. I think at the beginning of the season, I predicted we'd win the FA Cup and we'd get top 4. And that's what I'm still hoping for. A cup, I mean, if we won the Champions League, I'm not saying we will, that would be great. Even if we won the League Cup, I would take that. 1 trophy and top 4 this season, that would be an achievement for me. So yeah, anything, I think, you know what, even 5th or 6th, I'm not saying I want this, but if we finish 5th or 6th, I wouldn't be like, get Erik ten Hag out, he's failed, because I would say, look at how much the other teams have all improved. Newcastle were a relegation team until 2 years ago. They get new owners in, and they're now a top 4 team. Aston Villa are pretty much a top 4 team, or battling to get in there. Brighton are battling to get into the top 4. It's so competitive now. So yeah, and as well, do remember that 5th place finish does get top 4. Sorry, obviously not top 4. You know what I mean. 5th place finish gets you Champions League next season. So we don't actually need to get 4th. We need to get 5th. And I know some people will be sat at home watching saying, do you not have any aspirations? Do you not want to win the league? Like, what's wrong with you? and all the rest of it. But you've just got to be realistic sometimes, don't you? John says about 3 days ago you said top six. You said top six. Now you're saying top four. Why do you always complicate your statement? I said, if you listen to what I just said, I said at the beginning of the season, when I did my season preview video, which you can go and find on the channel if you want, it's in the video section, I said that I thought we'd get top four. That's what I said, okay? But that was before the window had closed. I'm saying now that I think we'll still get top four, but I think we'll be battling very, very hard to get top four. And even if we finish 5th or 6th, I think that would be okay. Because I think it's not that bad considering where our squad is at this moment in time. When you look at Mount's injury, Shaw's injured, Varane's injured, Rasmus Højlund's been injured. Like, we have a lot of injuries. There's a lot of things going on. That's what I'm kind of saying. Pablo says, yeah, I'd back Erik ten Hag even if we missed top four, but don't forget we could be sold and then could have a January transfer window. Yeah, 100%, mate. 100%. 100% that. As I keep saying to you guys, the priority is to get the Glazers out. We need to get the Glazers out. That's what needs to happen. Let's see what else we got. Lumen says, I'm not sure what Lumen's saying. Graham says, not many tuning in. I wonder if it's everyone's annoyed about our transfer window. I don't know, mate. I don't know. Obviously, you've got to remember, like, shows like this, all of the different YouTube channels will all be live at this exact moment. So, like, we're competing with everybody at the moment, which obviously makes it a little bit more difficult. So I do really appreciate all of you lot coming here to watch with us, and I cannot wait for the draw to begin. We're supposed to start at 5 o'clock, so I don't know what's going on here. I don't know why they're still just talking in the studio, which is kind of annoying. Like, I just want the draw. Oh no, they've got someone playing a saxophone now. Here we go. This is more like it. They're literally doing a sax. There's someone literally performing on the stage with a saxophone in front of the trophy. I mean, does anybody really care about this? Just get on with it. Andrew says Erik ten Hag is not the problem. Once the Glazers are gone, then we will be flying. Yeah, I agree with you, mate. Yeah, I agree with you. 100%, mate. Chermson's priority is back United great again. I assume you see make United great again. So Andrew says, I think you look really good with sunglasses. Well, I do have some sunglasses, but not up here with me, unfortunately. What else we got? Ty says Arnold and the other Pratt need to be sacked. Yeah, well, I think all of the board need to go. You know, Richard Arnold, John Murtagh, you know, some of the scouts, some of the people who. But let's not get too fixated on that, because we are here for the Champions League draw. Yeah, like, what is this saxophone thing about? What else we got? Born 1878 says, the window stinks of incompetence, but I reckon that it indicates that an announcement that the club has been sold will come just after the window closes. Yeah, I agree with you, mate. I do. I think that something is on the horizon. The fact that we're doing all of these really cheap loan moves, like, loan moves are just paying for people's wages. And we spoke about this on a video a couple of days ago. We've cleared about £40 million worth of wages this summer when you take away the players who've left versus the player who's signed. So, yeah, signing Reguilon on for £2.5 million is not breaking the bank. Signing Sofian Amrabat on loan with an obligation to buy when he's only on 30 grand a week is not breaking the bank. So, yeah, I agree with you, mate. I think something has to be going on behind the scenes. And it does make you think, like, we've heard nothing about the takeover for so long. Weeks. Months. When was the last time we heard a proper bit of news about the takeover? I genuinely can't remember. It's been so long ago. And I do think that is a good indication that stuff is going on behind the scenes. But that's just my opinion anyway. Lumen says, do you think that it's rigged? I don't know, mate. I wouldn't go as far as saying it's rigged. I think that's a little bit... I mean, who knows? I don't know. I don't think it's rigged, no. Andrew says, once we get new owners, I would like to see a mass exodus of all of the Pratts. Fair enough. Alan says, we can get top 4 if we get the good players. Well, Alan, it looks like we're only going to get Reguilon and Amrabat, so I don't know whether you think that's enough, but that looks like what we will be getting. Robert says, we're an absolute joke. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. John says, the Glazers is our problem, not the coach, unless he gets nothing out of them. Yeah, I agree, mate. I do. I think, like, you know, Mourinho failed. Louis van Gaal failed. Ollie failed. I mean, David Moyes failed. I'm not that that means anything, but yeah, a lot of managers have failed under the Glazers. So we can't just keep blaming the managers. You know, it has to be on the players and it has to be on the Glazers as well. You know, Because we've had some world-class managers over the last, since Sir Alex left, haven't we? Obviously we got... I just want them to get on with it now. They're doing... It's like... How long does the draw usually go on for? Is it quite... They drag it out, don't they? They make a proper big deal about it, which I guess is fair enough. It is the Champions League, but a little bit frustrating. Simon says, surely if the Lizards were staying, they would have went all out this summer to classate the fans. Yeah, 100%, mate. They would have. Like, this hasn't been a... This window hasn't been a Glazers are staying type window. Because I don't think any person in this fan base is satisfied with our transfers this summer, are they? Like, is anybody in the chat genuinely satisfied? I don't think any of this fan base would be, so I agree with you, mate. Adrian says they could have gone for Iheanacho or Daka if they wanted another cheap, proven striker. Yeah, but the thing with that, mate, is they would have had to spend money. And they clearly don't want to spend money. They just want to do loan deals. We haven't bought a player, actually bought a player for about a month now. The last player we bought was Rasmus Højlund. We've sold a lot of players, but we haven't bought anyone. We're just looking at loan options. So, yeah. Yeah. Robert says we're going to get mid-table this season. I mean, mid-table, come on. That's a little bit over the top. I mean, anything's possible, but yeah, I don't think so. Andrew says, who said you look like Amrabat? You look like Jason Statham. I mean, I'll take it. Happy days. I'll take it any day of the week. If I'm a combination between Jason Statham and Sofian Amrabat, then why not? Somebody sent me a tweet. Somebody DM'd me on Twitter earlier saying I look like Robert Holding from Arsenal. I was like, all right, fair enough. Jimmy says it's the Coronation Street theme tune on the saxophone. Yeah, well, why not? Why not? Everybody loves a bit of Coronation Street. Andrew says financial fair play only exists for us. Yeah, mate, I don't know. From what I read earlier, apparently it's because of some new rules that UEFA have brought in this season. Chelsea can spend so much money because they're not in any UEFA competitions. That's what I read, but whether or not that's true, I'm not sure. Andrew says, but they could have loaned them. You're right. They're not in the Premier League anymore. Yeah. Look, Manchester United are in the loan market. We're going to get a couple of loan signings in. People like Pellistri look like they're going to stay. Hannibal's going to stay. Yeah, that's just where we are, isn't it? Parham says, isn't it a rule that you can only make 2 loan signings? It's 2 loan signings per league. So if you were in the Premier League, you could only sign 2 players in the Premier League on loan. You could get 2 from Premier League, 2 from La Liga, 2 from... Does that make sense? So it's not 2 loan signings altogether. It's 2 from 1 league. So we could get Regulion and... I don't know. We could get Regulion and Cucurella, hypothetically, right? If that makes sense. But, yeah. So it's 2 per individual country. I mean, I'm not going to lie, like, this was supposed to start at 5 o'clock and they've literally just wasted like 15 minutes of my time with this. I just want them to get on with the draw. Come on. I'm gonna probably try and get some tickets for some games, I reckon, once the draw comes out. I think. Oh, Emmy says we've got a Liverpool fan in the chat. Well, it is a bit mad, isn't it? That like a Liverpool fan, obviously devastated that they're not in the Champions League, wants to come and watch a watch along for the Champions League draw. Like, I get it. I mean, they're currently showing Manchester City winning the Champions League, which is pretty, yeah, not fun to watch. He says Højlund is a rip-off Haaland. I mean, yeah, it's probably a fair point. Yeah, why not? Andrew says, will City ever be punished for their 115 charges in my lifetime? My guess is no. I don't think so. But yeah, let me know. I can't believe how long they're dragging this out now. They're interviewing somebody. I'm not sure who he is. I'm probably going to get trolled in the chat. It's probably some footballer from 60 years ago who was... Oh, it's the Manchester City director of football. I mean, mate, we literally don't want to hear from you. Go away. Come on, where's your charges? Show us your charges. I just can't believe like how much hype like Manchester City have had considering of all these charges. You know what I mean? Julian says Sevilla, young boys, and some team from Croatia. No reason we can't win this group. I don't think it's been announced yet, mate. Is it? Have I just completely missed the draw? Oh, were you just saying that's who you want us to play? Emmy says no number 6, relying on Endo. Who's Endo? Andrew says this season we need another miracle from Erik ten Hag. Mate, 100%. Come on, are you going to do the draw or what? Just get on with it. No, it's in London, isn't it, this year, the final? That's mad. All right, here we go. They're going to finally get on with it. It's Eric Abidal from Barca. And somebody else. Not sure who. Adrian says the charges will probably... Somebody says you're missing the draw. I mean, I'm watching it live right now, so... I don't think I'm missing the draw. Let me know if I'm... Let me know if you're trolling me, then... You're making me panic now. I don't think I'm missing the draw, but maybe I am. Yeah, I don't think I'm missing it. I think you're just trolling me. It's on TNT Sports, isn't it? Right, I think they're doing it now. I'll keep you updated, obviously, as we go through. Yeah, I think you're trolling me, mate. I'm watching it live on TNT Sports, so... Joe Cole and Abidal are the two presenters. Oh my God, they're still just asking these people questions. Like, mate, just get on with it. Come on. What have we got? Malp says these draws always drag on, don't they? Yeah, it was supposed to be 5 o'clock. I started doing this at 4:45, expecting it to be like starting at 5, and I've literally just been sat here waiting for half an hour whilst they've been showing me videos of Manchester City winning the league, the Champions League, and all the rest of it. It's like I don't really care, to be honest. John says I'm eagerly waiting for Højlund to start playing. Mate, me too, 100%. Absolutely desperate to see Højlund play. They're at this. They're interviewing Joe Cole now. Come on, get on with it. Brownian says, "Do you get one team from each pot?" I'm not sure how it works. We'll just have to wait and see when it starts. To be honest, I don't think the people doing the draws even know how it works. I swear most of the time they have to redo the draw, don't they? He says we will get Barca, Milan, and Galatasaray. Well, yeah, if we get that, we're screwed. All right, they're finally doing it. All right, the draw is coming. They're getting into their places. Irvin says he's doing the 6 p.m. show. Yeah, I should be, yeah. It depends how long this draw goes on for. If it goes on for hours, then probably not. If they get the draw done in the next 10 minutes, I will go away for a bit and then do the 6 o'clock show as usual, yeah. But you never know. I mean, this could literally take an hour, couldn't it, knowing them? They'll probably draw one team and then show us a video of that team from 20 years ago for like 5 minutes. It's in Monaco as well. Why don't they just get that octopus to do it who predicted the World Cup a couple of years ago? That would be way more entertaining, innit? If they got an octopus to predict to draw the Champions League. I'd be up for that. Or something like that, get like a dog to do it or something. The dog puts his paw on the ball and that's, I don't know, like just make it a little bit more interesting, innit? Yeah, I'll get the groups up on the state on the hold on. Mate, there's some guys just literally chatting absolute rubbish. Like, come on. Literally, he's just told us what time the final is, where the final is, where the toilets are located. Like, he's just literally rambling. Just get on with it, mate. Fred says, is any of the Saudi teams in this? Nah, no Saudi teams. Give it a couple of years and they will be. Somebody says, can you see anyone representing United at the draw? I think Amrabat's there, actually. I can see Amrabat there in the background, representing Manchester United. Obviously, I'm joking. No. Amrabat? I'm sure I can see Amrabat. I'm just going to have a quick... Amrabat. Oh my God. What are they doing now? They've just put some advert on. Let me know if you can see Amrabat in the background there. He's probably that desperate to join Manchester United that he thought, if I turn up to the draw, if I hide somewhere in the background, I can get back on the private jet to Manchester with whoever's here representing us. Simon says Murta and Arnold are still in Barcelona. They probably are, mate. I wouldn't be surprised. They're probably still there trying to get Frankie de Jong, aren't they? Oh my God. So much admin. Just get on with it. So obviously we can't draw Arsenal, can't draw Real Madrid, Inter, Dortmund, Atletico Madrid or Leipzig. We're in pot 2. So yeah. Come on. Get on with it. Get on with it. Literally, I've got some robot in my ear like, the teams of pot 2 will draw pot 3, and then pot 3 will draw pot 4. It's like nobody knows what you're talking about, mate. Just get on with it. Yeah, I mean, as Malp says, I started this at 4:45 expecting it to be done at 5, and we're still sat here listening to the formalities of how they do the draw. It's like I literally could not care. It's your job to do the draw. Get on with it. Oh my God. Andrew says, I like how we beat Barcelona last season. Yeah, I'm excited about the Champions League. I am. Fred says patience is virtue. Yeah, mate, it is definitely. If I wasn't live, I'd have probably gone off and made a sandwich or had a nap or something if I'd have known it had taken this long. Yeah, as Emmy says, get on with it. We've got things to do. I mean, we're supposed to be live at 6 o'clock for a show where we're actually going to be talking about more than me commentating over why they're taking so long. So they got the music on in the background though, at least. We are the champions. Mate, this is the longest draw I think I've ever watched in my life. They're still running through all the technicalities of it. Nobody knows what the hell you're talking about, mate. Just get on with it. It's your job to make sure this draw's right, not mine. If they have some other random person being interviewed after this, I'm going to lose it. I really will. I reckon Amrabat will be signed by the time this draw is over. All right, here we go. Come on, get on with it. Oh my God, they're now showing us clips of every single team in pot 1. Oh my God. They're literally showing video clips of every single team in the competition, one after another. How long is this going to take? Oh my God. I might just start preparing the thumbnail for the 6 o'clock show, to be honest with you, because this is just ridiculous. If they'd have told me that they were gonna, I thought it was starting, and then they're like, now we will show you a video clip of every single team. They got some dodgy music on as well, some like really dodgy music. All right, get on with it. Come on. Fred says, if it takes any longer, I'm going to miss breakfast. Mate, 100%. All right, here we go. There we go. Joe Cole's picking the ball out. Oh, go on, Joe. What you got, mate? Go on, Joey boy. Joe. Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich, Group A. Bayern's the first group drawn, everyone. Group B. Group B is Sevilla. That will be our group. I'm telling you now. I don't gamble, but if I was a gambler, I would say we'll be in the same group as Sevilla because we always play Sevilla and we always lose. So, yeah, we're going to be in the group of Sevilla. You wait. Napoli, number 3. Emmy says you're so far behind. I mean, mate, I can't. I'm watching it on TNT Sport live, so I don't know how to make it any faster. Yeah, I apologise that. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Group 4 is Benfica. Oh, just tell us who we've got. Come on. Feyenoord's Group 5. Feyenoord. Feyenoord. Who knows how you say that name? Come on. Paris Saint-Germain. Manchester City. Yeah, Manchester City. So we obviously can't draw Manchester City or Newcastle or Arsenal, can we? Come on. See, Barcelona is the last one. Okay, cool. Now get on with it. All right, we're on to pot 2 now. They're going to show us little clips of every team in pot 2 now, which is great. Good, something to look forward to, isn't it? Exactly what we want. Come on. Inter, Manchester United. Dortmund. Come on. Atletico Madrid. Yeah, there's some good teams in the second pot. Leipzig. Come on. Porto. Taremi and the Arsenal as well. Yeah, some decent teams in the second pot, isn't there? God, they must have been fishing to find a video of Arsenal in the Champions League, didn't they? All right, come on. Come on, let's see who we've got. Six years absence for Arsenal, mind. Come on. Get on with it. All right. All right, who we got? Who we got? Who we got? Who we got? What have you got? Come on, show us, Joey. Show us what you got. Borussia Dortmund in pot one. Alongs. It's confusing, isn't it? Abadal's fuming. He wanted to mix the balls around himself. He's absolutely fuming, isn't he? Oh, it's long-winded, isn't it? Very long-winded. F. PSG. PSG and Bayern, and Dortmund in the same group. Second team is. Come on, Joe, mate. You can open the balls faster than that, please. Arsenal. Arsenal, the second team. Come on. Arsenal, the next team. All right, who have Arsenal got then? Let's see. God, they've got to draw 2 balls for every B. Sevilla. So we're not going to play Sevilla. That is good. I'm sick of playing Sevilla. I'm literally bored to death of it. I feel like we play Sevilla every single year, don't we? One way or another. So at least that's a positive. I'd rather not play Sevilla ever again. Atletico Madrid, number 3. Come on. Atletico Madrid are going into E. Feyenoord and Atletico Madrid. I mean, that's pretty easy for Atletico, isn't it? Right, next we got Manchester United. Here we go. Bayern. Ooh. That's probably the worst. That's probably the worst option out of all of them, isn't it? I'd say Bayern are better than PSG, Barca, Sevilla, Benfica. Yeah, they're better than all of them. Oh dear. Let me know what you think about that one, guys, in the comment section. I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure what to think. Group A, Bayern. Manchester United have got Bayern Munich. I think that's the difficultest round, isn't it, really? Oh, there is some Manchester United people there. Bayern Munich versus Manchester United. You can see all the Bayern people. They're loving that. They're nodding. They're grinning. Happy days. Who else we got? Leipzig. Yeah, it's going to be Manchester United versus Kane, isn't it? Ten Hag versus his old club. Well, under 21s he coached, didn't he, or something? Who else can we get? How is everyone feeling about Bayern Munich then? Let me know in the comment section. I mean, I think we could get a result at home against Bayern, but I think, you know, away from home, we're going to struggle against Bayern, aren't we, realistically? I would say. Yeah, I don't know what to think about that one. Joe Cole. Come on, Joey, get on with it. Inter Milan. It's so complicated, isn't it? I thought this was going to be like a 10-minute, here's the draw, go home type thing, but it's been going on for far too long. FC Porto and Inter Milan. I mean, that's not too bad, is it? How is everyone feeling then about Bayern? Real Madrid next. Napoli. Wow. All right. Come on, get on with it. I thought they were going to say, now let's take a break and do some adverts. I would have probably just gone home if that had happened. Come on. Who do we want from pot 3 then? I mean, even like PSV, Lazio, like there's some decent teams in there, isn't there? It really is. It's not going to be easy. It never is in the Champions League, though, I guess, is it? Come on. All right, come on. Let's get on with this. I honestly didn't think I'd be spending an hour doing a bloody Champions League draw. I thought it was going to be like a 10-minute affair. Come on, Joe. Get on with it. Quickly. Open that ball quicker. Shakhtar Donetsk. Mate, I don't get why one of them has to mix the balls around and then the other guy mixes the balls around as well. Like, how many times do you need to mix the balls around? Group H. So they're alongside Porto and Barcelona. I mean, that group's looking relatively all right for Barca, isn't it? They've got Porto and Shakhtar Donetsk. Like, that is, let's be honest, that is the easiest group out of all of them, isn't it? Imagine if our group was Porto and Shakhtar Donetsk. We're going to end up with Bayern and Inter, aren't we? Red Star Belgrade. Right, I'll take them any day. Let's have them. Come on, give us Red Star Belgrade. What can we... Give us Red Star Belgrade. Come on, we'll have that one. Group G. PSV now. PSV, that would be a good game. I'd take that. It's not the easiest leg, is it? But PSV would be all right. I would take it. B. Sevilla, Arsenal, and PSV. I mean, that's a pretty difficult group, isn't it? Sevilla, I think, would beat Arsenal. At least it looks like they're speeding it up a little bit now, which is good. AC Milan next. And people saying I'm behind. I'm watching it live. I can't make it go any faster. So I don't know what to say. They're going into Group F. Milan, oh geez, that's a difficult group. PSG, Dortmund, and AC Milan. That's a horrible group, that. Salzburg. Oh, come on. All right, you know what? I'm going to wrap the video up here and I'll be back live in a little bit for the usual evening show because this is just, honestly, this is just dragging on and on and on. So let's all discuss it in a little bit and I'll speak to you guys shortly.